The Dell XPS 17 is basically the Windows equivalent of a MacBook Pro 16-inch. But should you buy it? That's what we're going to discuss in this video. Hi, I'm Justin from Random Tech Videos, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing this Dell XPS 17, what I like and what I don't like about it. But before we get into it, please consider subscribing and turning on all notifications so that I don't miss future Random Tech videos. But with that out of the way, let's just get into the video. The first thing I really love about this laptop is the size. It is rather small, yet not too small so that I don't have a large screen. Which brings me to my second point, which is the screen. The screen is absolutely amazing. I have a 4K plus 16:10 UHD option and I love it. The colors are extremely accurate. I can't see any individual pixels as you would expect with a 4K screen. But what I really like the most is that there's no chin at the bottom of the display. It's just display all the way to the bottom, which is truly amazing. Also, I really like the styling of this laptop. It's not overly excessive like gaming laptops often are, where it has to have flashing RGB lights all over it to state that it's a gaming laptop, because this isn't a gaming laptop. It looks premium and professional, yet it has the power of a thin and light gaming laptop. In addition to all this, the speakers on this laptop are very great, and though not rival the MacBook Pro 16 in terms of audio quality, for a Windows laptop, it's rather good. However, I would recommend doing a few tweaks to the Max Audio Pro control panel settings for using it on the built-in speakers. I would recommend turning max bass all the way up, turning details all the way down, and tweaking the equalizer a little to favor bass more. Because a problem with many laptops is that there's a lot more treble than bass. Here's what it sounds like playing. But then here's what it sounds like with those settings I talked about. And I forgot to mention, you should also have Revive on in the settings when using it on the internal speakers, because it sounds a lot better that way. That brings me to my next thing that I like about this laptop, which is the trackpad. This trackpad is very responsive and feels great, and I have not had any issues with wobble or clicking accidentally, or any of those other issues that early XPS 17 models had. For me to praise the trackpad, that's something, because I don't like trackpads, because I prefer using an external mouse or a laptop track point mouse. That brings me to my final point that I like about this laptop is that although it's relatively thin and portable, it is powerful. With up to an i7-875H RTX 2060 with Max-Q design, up to 64 gigs of RAM, and up to 2 terabytes of storage. And the RAM and storage are user upgradable, so they can always be upgraded later. But as you probably guessed, not everything about this laptop is good. There are some things I don't care for. The main thing being, when I'm on battery power, I do not have anywhere near the same performance I have when plugged in. So if I start a video playing in my video editor while I'm plugged in, and then I pull out the power plug, the difference is rather obvious. And also that applies in gaming. The next thing I really don't like about this laptop is that even when it's plugged in and you fully load the CPU and GPU at the same time, the battery will drain. This is not good because, first of all, for a laptop this expensive, it should be able to supply the power. And secondly, this will wear out the battery much quicker because it's constantly partially discharging and charging, which is just not good. In addition to this, there could be a problem where it's not even able to pull the 130 watts it's supposed to be able to pull from the power adapter, because it is charging over USB Type-C, which generally supports a maximum of 100 watts, but Dell has their special power adapter that should be able to support up to 130 watts. However, it doesn't always appear to be working, as pointed out by Notebook Check and Laptop Mag. Hopefully this should be fixable in a future BIOS update, although there still would be some battery drain due to the CPU and GPU's TDP being able to exceed 130 watts. The next thing I don't care for about this laptop is that it only has USB Type-C ports, and it does have Thunderbolt 3 on all of them, which is good, but it does not have any USB Type-A, and it does not have HDMI. They do include the adapter in the box, but if you had hoped to just plug in your thumb drive directly or connect this directly to an external monitor, there's no ports for that. Stay tuned, by the way, because I plan to be making a video on switching to USB Type-C and if it's really that bad or not. One other minor thing, but that shouldn't be the case on a premium laptop, is it can be hard to open the lid. You have to sort of jam your finger in between the lid and the bottom of the laptop, and the magnets keep it closed, and there's no grip for you to put your finger on, so it can be rather hard to open the laptop. Not a big deal, but for a laptop of this price, I would have hoped for a little better. And finally, this is minor, depending on what you think about it, but the speaker grills on the top can catch dust and dirt easily, and it will be nearly impossible to clean them, so after a few years, it will be clogged with dirt probably, and not look that great. But now that I've discussed what I think are the pros and cons of this laptop, I'd like to mention whether I think you should buy it or not. If you want something premium that's powerful and portable, I would definitely recommend this laptop, because overall it's a great laptop and I love it. However, if you're looking for something more for gaming, this might not be the laptop for you. However, there is something to be said about a stealth gaming laptop where it can game. It does not look like a gaming laptop. But that brings me to my final point as to which price point of XPS 17 you should get if you're looking for one. The base model should be fine for basic stuff, such as browsing the web and watching YouTube and movies, but I would not expect to use that for creative work. The model I would recommend for content creators would be the $3,000 model, which comes with the 8-core i7 and RTX 2060, 32 gigs of RAM, and 1 terabyte SSD. That is the model I have right here, and it can be upgraded to 4 terabytes of storage and 64 gigabytes of RAM. But anyways, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and also consider commenting. If you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments and I will try to answer them as promptly as possible. Please also subscribe if you want to watch more random tech videos in the future. And until next time, goodbye.